Hello everyone, this is Tony at Haas. Today I'm installing vCenter and I'm installing it from scratch because we were having some issues with authorization and I decided to wipe it out and make a short video on how to quickly get this up and running. So I installed it, just finished installing it, and I'm at this screen, there's no entries. So the first thing I usually try to do is just go down the line and install things. Click on your inventory. Obviously, we don't have anything. First thing we're going to do, we're going to create a data center, and we're going to come up with some amazing name. Like, let's come up with like Haas VM Data Center. How's that for a really cool name? All right, now we got a data center, hopefully, but it's pretty empty, right? There's nothing in there. Well, hey, it says add a host. Cool. So let's add a host. Our first host we're going to add. And my great video card is always working great. We're going to call it vma.has.berkeley.edu. And I'm going to hit next. Username. We're going to use our super duper incredibly secret password that only a few people know. Now, I think I know, but that's always iffy. I usually have to type it in twice because it's so freaking complicated. Oh, did I say that out loud? Hey, it's got a license. Okay. I'm going to hit next. So we have a real server called VMCC2. So this is kind of just a test to see what's going on with authorizations. And that's it. So you added a host. And what I'm going to do is add all our hosts, and then I'm going to turn them into a cluster. That way you get a failover and all that. But and you can see down here it's 80% done. Now what happens is if the host is already part of another vCenter, it'll complain and it'll say, hey, are you going to remove it from that vCenter server? And you can move these hosts around. The VMA and VMB, which is the next one I'm going to add, are just our playground. So we're allowed to play with those. I'm not going to add any virtual machines because they're already created. So all I want to do is go back and add another host now. So back to our vCenter, add a host. This time I'm going to add vmb.has.berkeley.edu. And hopefully my awesome Haas provided monitor will not go away. Haas is an awesome place to work when they let you work. Sometimes they have scheduled lots of meetings and lots of conferences, lots of email crap, and so you wind up maybe having to work at night. Next, finish. Woohoo! All right. So now we have two hosts inside our data center, but that's useless. You don't want just two hosts or standalone hosts. What good will that do you? All right. So let's go to cluster here. I'm going to wait till this thing finishes. You see it's at 89. Got to move my window a little bit to refresh. And anybody knows how to fix that blanking issue? Please let me know. I'm not much of a Microsoft guy. Okay, so virtual machines. What did I say I was doing? Oh yeah, clusters. So let's create a cluster. Now this is pretty important. We're going to call this sandbox. Like I said, these we're allowed to play with and learn. So this is really important because if you turn on DRS and vSphere, it'll move machines around and try to equalize. If a host goes down, it'll turn them on elsewhere. So there's a lot to consider. For example, are the same CPUs available? Maybe have something compiled only for AMD processors as an example, right? And suddenly it goes, or an Intel processor, and then you put it on the Intel machine. Anyway, so this is the EVC. This is where, so it's important like you choose the right option here. If you don't, not really that big a deal because it'll tell you, it's like, hey, that doesn't work. So let's see, I chose that one because I know that that level CPUs is available. All right, so now you see we have one data center, one cluster, and two hosts in that cluster. All right, I see also we're expiring, and that's it. Now we formed a cluster and we turned on vSphere and failover and dynamic resource sharing. So I think we have a good cluster here. Oh, and I think that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, Tony@haas.berkeley.edu.